Hello. Hello, hello. Somebody just asked me how I load and stitch on a wonky vintage quilt. So instead of typing back, I'm going to just talk because I talk better than I type. So we're going to pretend that this is at the beginning of the quilt because I've already worked halfway through this quilt. But I'll explain how I started, okay? So I'm going to clamp on my top like you would. I've got a backing, I've got the top. The first thing I'm going to do is baste a line across the top, and I'm going to work that top edge in so that it locks across. I'm going to use my horizontal lock and I'm going to go all the way across. Okay, so I get a good starting seam line. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to vertical lock and I'm going to baste down each side. So I'm going to baste down this way, get a good vertical stitch. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to vertical lock the other side and I'm going to get a really nice vertical stitch on that. Okay, now pretend, because this is what it looked like, I had a whole lot of fabric just waving through here. And this is the magic. So I float my tops. So I first went under my belly bar right here, got it very tight. I used these really great clamps from Jamie Wallen, thank you. Get this all very, very, very tight. I do loosen it before I stitch because otherwise your threads will break a lot. So I've got it pretty tight, but I've still got a lot of wonky going on here. I use my favorite starch, a heavy starch. I'm going to spray across this whole row. Okay, spray it pretty good. Spray it, spray it, spray it. I wait about a minute or two so it soaks in because something starts to happen. I don't really understand it, but must be the cotton fabric, the starch, and then heat. You have to heat it. You have to iron it. So I have my really fancy Panasonic cordless iron, which I love this because I use it a lot on my tops if I need to work without a cord. So I come along with a good steam and I'm going to just lightly go over the whole thing, press it, touch it, keep going, keep going. Okay, now you have to remember to put it back in its cradle because that's how it heats. Sometimes I forget to do that. Put it back in the cradle. Let it sit for another minute or two. If it's not all the way out yet, I may take a little spray of water, let that sit a little bit, come back, iron through. You will not believe how much it sucks it up. On a wonky border, on a current quilt, because some of us have wonky borders, it can take up to at least 6 inches out of a border. These blocks were really wonky, and I can say that because it's probably 80, 90 years old. It was hand pieced. So I sprayed these, took out all the wrinkles and there was probably an inch to 2 of fabric in here. But if you can see now, let me show you, they are perfectly flat now. So I hope that helped. If you have any more questions, just ask me. I'll answer. Bye.